Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Eden Zero, Chapter 19. Um, Fair warning before we start, I'm nursing a bit of a sore throat, so I have a water bottle over here I might be sipping from throughout the video, just because my throat hurts, and as I learned during my, Blue Exorcist video last night, I need some water sometimes. So yeah, when we last left our heroes, Shiki had showed up to fight the cyborg that was harassing Labilla, whose name we learned was Jean. After that, Rebecca and a bunch of beekeepers were kidnapped by a group of, I guess, like, sex traffickers, it looks like, that Jean is a part of. And so Happy returns, beat up, like, busted up in the head, to tell Shiki and Clarice this. And that's where we leave off with Shiki really mad, saying to leave on the Eden Zero. A mysterious woman hears the name Eden Zero, and that's kind of where we leave off. So let's go into chapter 19, which is titled A Talent for Thinking of Fun Things to Do. So 27 pages this week, I noticed earlier, which is a lot for Eden Zero, given that it is a weekly series, so, you know, Mashima's doing his Mashima self. And we get this full cover opening page, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time we get a color shot of the Eden Zero, which has a lot more gold than it does in black and white. It's got a really cool, like, black and gold color scheme that I would really love to see in an anime. But anyway, they're on the Eden Zero. All systems green. Eden Zero takeoff. Destination, planet Guilst. Wait for us, Rebecca. We cut to Rebecca. There are a lot of beekeepers here. Where's Happy? Master isn't here either. Yes, a precious friend has been taken away. Rebecca's in quite the bind. A new clear-cut space fantasy, colored front page with a whopping 28 pages. So, I don't quite remember, did they find, like, I don't remember the newscast where Shiki learned about everything saying that the beekeepers were taken to Guilst. I must have missed it, I don't know. We have a cover page, a UI Scooty grade? What does that mean? UI Scooty is the largest known star. It is part of the constellation Scutum or the Shield. Okay, so it's... Okay, so the full phrase is a UI Scooty grade thank you. So a thank you of the largest star for making Eden Zero popular, colored front page and a whopping 28 pages. Onward to the Sea of Light. And our two-page color cover has the whole gang from Happy, Shiki sitting on the throne of the Eden Zero, Rebecca's leaning on the throne, Pino is there, Witch, and Beta Wise are all there. Now we have a textless version. Alright, so we pick up right where we left off with Rebecca, as the three guys are staring in, like, the little caged area they're at. Hey, what's the meaning of this? Who the hell are you guys? Shut up. You guys are sisters' property now. No. Eliga brought you. So you're all Eliga's things. Well, not that it matters. Alright, so we're seeing even more... I mentioned in the past, you know, Eliga's really creepy, sexualized treatment of women to the point where, like, they're turned into statues somehow when we see him. And here, like, this guy's name is Ganoff. Straight up refers to the women here as things. And given Mashima's propensity for fan service, I'm a little bit nervous on what exactly, you know, a villain whose whole thing is turning women into sex slaves is going to be, or like stone statues for his sexual pleasure. I don't know, it just leaves me a little bit cautious. Rebecca and other beekeepers have been captured. Heartless and malicious, who owns these poison fangs? On the square, sumo wrestler guy, whose name we learn is Moscow. We are Master Sister's Knights. We are the mercenary group Logouts. I'm kind of curious what exactly that accent is supposed to be read as. But I don't know. Especially because, like, he's, like, this is, as someone who's interested in accents, this is something that kind of bothers me. We see in all of, he kind of, like, turns all of his R's into Ahs. You know, we are Masta instead of master, Sista instead of sister. But then he drops then he keeps the R in mercenary, which, I don't know, seems kind of odd. Anyway, we are the mercenary group Logouts. Rebecca just glares at him, and the girls behind her are, like, quivering in fear. Logout? Isn't that the group that does a lot of illegal stuff? Lawless spacefarers. But Rebecca is thinking about other things. Isn't Sister supposed to be one of the 4 Starshines? Were they actually a bad guy? You lot are going to be sold to Sir It's spelled weird there. Iligega? I thought it was... Let me see how you pronounced it earlier. Yeah, you pronounced it Oliga on the previous page. Sorry, there are all kinds of weird little things going on now. I'm getting really distracted. You lot are going to be sold to Sir Iligega. Don't think too badly of us. We're just doing our jobs. Guilst? Isn't that the planet full of criminals? Help, I don't want to go. Bring us back home. And then there's like a little girl there, like, who can't be older than like 8 or 9, crying. Wah! I want to go home. Someone please save us. Hey now, give me a break. Wah! And then Ganoff walks into the little, like, I think Ganoff is his name, right? Yeah, Ganoff. Walks into the little, like, place where they're stuck at. Stop crying, you idiot. You're killing my ears. Eek! Don't come any closer. Wah! I'm no good with noisy things, you hear? So just shut up, will you? Stop crying and shut up already. I'm sorry. Wah! You little shit. Did you understand anything I just said? You want to get beat up, huh? And Rebecca, like, stands up, still bound, to, like, protect the little girl from Ganoff. And they all, like, stare at her actions. That's enough. She'll be quiet. Hey now, that's a nasty look you've got there. That digital bind you've got around your body, I can control it with this app here. And he, like, beeps something on, like, a phone. And it binds her even tighter, and she, like, collapses to her knees. Nah! And all the women behind her, you know, scream out, ah, 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 ah. And he presses some more buttons. How's about this? And she's bound even, like, in more pain. Still screaming. You're gonna break real soon. Yeah, I'm tied up and tortured. I wonder how many viewers I can get with this. Rebecca's... I don't quite know how to take this. On the one hand, you know, it's... seems a bit more like... just kind of being there for fan service. But also, like... I've noticed before, like, way back in, like, chapter 1, that Rebecca always seems very, like, in control of her sexuality in a way that a lot of female shonen protagonists aren't. You know, how she talks about when she first showed up in Grand Bell, how she wore the short skirt to get more male viewers. And we even see it here while she's, like, being sold to Iligega, or Iliga, or whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, it's kind of... I don't know, I don't quite know how to take it yet. But this is probably going to be flagged for inappropriate content. And everyone just, like, stares at how, like, nonplussed she is at all this. And Jean, like, grabs the phone and turns the binding off. Knock it off. Don't damage the goods. And Rebecca, like, breathes a sigh of relief. You're acting pretty high and mighty, even though you brought only one girl. There was someone in my way. A guy who uses gravity ether gear. Shiki? Rebecca, like, you know, notices what's going on. By the way, Moscow, what were you thinking? The order was to find cute B-cubers. But they be cute, yo. And they're, I guess, you know, Moscow being a larger guy, he picked up larger women. And then Ganoff, like, grabs Rebecca, like, by the cheeks. Oh, well. Just thinking about how such a strong girl like you will turn all submissive under Master Aliga's guidance is getting me all hot and excited. And they leave the cell, for lack of a better word. Just sit there and be quiet, you bitches. And they leave. The little girl turns to Rebecca. Thank you, big sis. It's fine. Well, aren't you a hero? I know who you are. You're Couchpo from the Mogu Mogu channel, right? I always watch your videos, because I love eating too. I always watch your vids too, Copa. That koala is super cute. Is Big Sis a beecuber? Sorry, we haven't heard of you. I think I might have seen you before, but I might be mistaken. Are you the poop girl? That's probably not me. I feel like there was didn't something like that happen there where, I don't remember. Anyway. So yeah, those, like, most of the other beecubers are all, like, fairly famous, except for Rebecca. It's fine. I don't have a lot of subscribers. But if we all work together, we can break out of here. I'm sure of it. Then, angry-looking woman with, like, tattoos all down her arm, speaks up. Are you stupid? There's no way we're getting out of here. Oh, specially effective TV's Miron is super cool in the flesh. No one comes back alive after being taken to Guilst. It's over. Consider our lives over. It's not over yet. Things just haven't started yet. I'm gonna go beyond the Sakura cosmos, starting now. Sorry, really fucking sore throat. Each one of you here has a talent for thinking of fun things to do. You guys can surely come up with a great idea to get us out of here. We flashed by the subscriber count of all, like, the trapped beekeepers. Subscribers, 1.93 million, 850,000, 1.2 million, 610,000, 360,000. Right? And we got to Rebecca, 105 subscribers. I've got more than Rebecca, hey! No, I don't feel so bad. Okay. So yeah. And then we go back to the Eden Zero. Hello. The planet Guilst was a tourist destination before, but in recent years, the planet has become a place where criminals gather. I don't care what kind of place it is. We're getting Rebecca back. And Pino's like kneeling beside a beat-up Happy. Miss Witch, will Happy be alright? He seems to be in no more danger, but there is a limit to what my powers can do. It is in times like this where I wish we had Sister in their Eden's life. Alright. So I'm really feeling like there are two sisters. Two people named Sister. It's just like with, as I mentioned in last week's video, the two musicas of Rave Master. I feel like that's something that Mashima is tapping into again. Life of Edens? Yes. Sister has the power to heal everyone. Sister's job is to do the repairs for all the machines here. While we are on the topic, I am Eden's shield. It is my job to protect the ship. The other two are Valkyrie, Eden's sword, and Hermit, Eden's heart. And Pino, like, stares at all this, like, info-dump information. You might just become the successor model for Eden's light. Light? And Shiki, like, breaks out of this, exposition stuff. Witch, we need to go faster! Rebecca's in trouble! Yes, just a little more and we can reuse fast travel. However, Guilst belongs to the highest classification of dangerous planets here in the Sakura Cosmos. If we fly in without a plan, we may not be able to save Rebecca. I'm gonna save her! She's my friend! And someone who I'm imagining is Wise walks in. You need to calm down and think a little. It's Wise and the girl from last week. Okay. I figured she was gonna be like a dangling thread for this whole arc. Wise? And who? My name is Homura. I am not your enemy. This is an unauthorized entry into your ship, Demon King. What do you wish to do? And Shiki just, like, looks at her. I guess he's still not comfortable with the Demon King title. You are the Demon King? Wait just a second. I have no idea who you are. And Wise, why are you here? Well, a lot happened. 1 hour ago. Oh, and Wise walks on I always forget the guild's name. The guild, where they're at. So this is the guild Shiki and company are a part of. Funny running into this place. Wow. And he, like, walks in, looking around at all, like, the passers-by. Wow. Back in my time, I heard that this guild just opened up. Look at what 50 years can do here. Oh, is that Shiki? We bring you urgent news. And then it's the same newscast that Shiki heard. Several kidnapping incidents targeting video broadcasters have been reported in Blue Garden's Eternal City. It is assumed that this is an organized crime, but we have no further information on the perpetrators. Video broadcasters? I think Rebecca was one of those. And he hears a scream. Or here's the scream from when Shiki destroyed the table last week. Hey, wait a minute! They're headed to Guilst! We're going back to Eden Zero! Was Rebecca kidnapped as well? And then he was right next to Homura as she comments, Eden Zero? Did you say Eden Zero just now? Pardon me. I always seem to speak out whatever is on my mind. Right now, I'm being harshly judged by a very suspicious gentleman. I see. Might you possibly be a crew member of Eden Zero? Ah, I did it again. She knows that Eden Zero is the name of the ship. So what if I am? Will you grant me passage aboard the ship? In exchange, I will help rescue those that were taken away. For that, I will swear my life on. What is your goal? I cannot say at the moment. I wish to do battle with the Demon King. She said it. I have heard tales of the so-called Demon King, who rides atop the so-called ship Eden Zero from my master. So I guess Eden Zero is already a kind of famous name in this world? Alright, it's kind of weird that if it's, this, legend that Rebecca hadn't heard of it. To be honest, I've parted ways with the crew already, but since you're a beauty, is this some form of fate? You are definitely belittling me. She really said it. Alright, I'll take you aboard Eden Zero, but under one condition. And then we flash back to the present. And that's why she's here. I look forward to working with you. What was the condition? Let's talk about that after we save Rebecca. Right? Indeed, it is so. I have a feeling the condition is like sleeping with Wise. But then, Witch speaks up. I would not recommend letting anyone aiming for the Demon King's life on board the ship. Also, Master Wise does not have the authority to let anyone on board. I am not after his life. And then Pino pops up. Speaking of, why are you here, Master Wise? Hey, who do you think I am? A girl's in trouble. Of course I'm gonna help him out. My apologies. And then Shiki turns to Witch. I don't think I'm the Demon King she's looking for. My goals aside, I am here to lend my aid to save those who were taken away. We're going to, and Wise comes over to get Shiki in one of these kind of hold things. You know what I'm talking about? Don't know what it's called. We're going to a pretty dangerous place. Wouldn't it be better if we had one more ally? Well, we're grateful for the help, but then Homura lifts up her sleeve and we see ether gear lines going up her arm. Not to worry. I have been cultivating this power since I was a child. I too have ether gear. Seriously? The style of ether. Could it be? And then we cut to planet Guilst, which... So we get our first look at Guilst from the outside. It's just like an orb with a gigantic tree, and its roots have kind of maybe there was a planet beneath the roots at one point, but the roots seem to completely cover the planet's surface, and then there are some chains wrapping it in an X formation. But yeah, we're on Guilst now. And the slave ship, I guess we're calling it, lands on the surface. We have arrived. Keep walking, keep walking. And all the women are, chained by their necks to each other. Everyone, keep it together. And then we have our first shot of Guilst. Holy shit. We see in the distance, what seems to be a pretty, lit up metropolis. But in the foreground, it's a more destroyed metropolis with, skeletons stabbed through the middle on, spikes. It's honestly a really cool design. And everyone, is in an understandable state of shock over what they're witnessing. Destroyed bodies, destroyed robotic bodies, all kinds of shit. And a woman, staggers over to them. Help me. And then she just collapses next to them. She must have run away from some underground organization. It's a harsh, untamed planet. This is not a world where a woman can safely live in. You don't want to end up like that, do you? Don't worry. Master Eliga is very nice. Here's a tip. Whenever Master Eliga asks you anything, you should always say yes. Just say yes. Wave your ass and kneel. A gruesome fate awaits them. All hope suddenly turns into despair. To be continued in Chapter 20, Planet Guilst. Alright. So as of yet, and I'm not going to go over my general concerns over Eliga with what we've seen of him, and this whole, sex slavery arc. I've pretty much laid them out. I'm still hopeful that, this won't be quite as, I guess, voyeuristic, for lack of a better word, as I'm kind of fearing. Even looking at, just a couple episodes in the Fairy Tail anime, how we had, Lucy, when Gomon was coming to, slash her in half with the axe, for whatever reason he also had to, spread her legs to do it. That really doesn't even make any sense as, a torture thing. It's just, hey, let's, spread the woman's legs. But I will say especially Jean. I've already said I really like. He's a kind of cool villain that I really dig. Um, Given that he is selling people into sex slavery, I don't want him to become a kind of anti-hero. I want him to like stay a villain. I do really want him to be a recurring villain more than Ganoth and especially Moscow, who I really could do without. I want to see Jean after this arc still opposing our heroes. But yeah, this video went on a lot longer than I thought it would. It's already 20 minutes in. So we do meet Homura. Her ether gear is familiar to Witch, but we don't quite find out why it's familiar to Witch. I don't know. It just kind of is, Beyond that, this was, my concerns for the trajectory of the arc aside, this was a pretty good chapter. As we move into really the action of next chapter, and next chapter I feel will really make or break the arc. Given that it is called Planet Guilst, I imagine most of the time will be spent on Guilst, dealing with Eliga and the Beecubers, and I'm hoping it's not too voyeuristic, for lack of a better word. But yeah, other than that, Shiki and the gang are on their way. Wise is back with the group. I imagine maybe after this arc, Wise will stay a permanent member. I can't imagine they're just going to keep having Wise leave, and then every arc he joins back on the team again. Also, a thing from last week, Rebecca mentioned that she was, like, captured. We learned from Happy last week, right, that Rebecca was captured while she was with the Master. But the Master isn't there. So what's going on with the Master? They're presumably still in Blue Garden. But we don't know anything about them. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave this video off here. I'm cautiously optimistic for the rest of the arc. But yeah. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep kicking ass and I'll see you in the future. Bye!